before computers, the way we had to set type for the printing is called Linotype. One line of type would be set, and this is the machine that we would use to do it. Actually, the Linotype was invented in about 1880. My daddy started running a Linotype in about 1920. He bought the Linotype from the old Daily World. The Daily World in Opelousas had newspaper, but they also did commercial printing. They did letterheads, envelope, business cards. So my daddy needed to get away from the newspaper because it was so stressful, and so he bought out the Daily World commercial printing, and he bought the machinery to go with it. He bought the printing press and a Linotype so that he could open up. I came in and we bought another Linotype, so we had two Linotypes going probably 8 to 10 hours a day in order to be able to produce what we needed to produce. And we would print everything, newsletters, programs, letterheads, envelopes, using hand type and the Linotype. But I can show you what the Linotype would do. Before computers, they had to set the letters by hand using a stick like this. The Linotype came and made it 100 times faster to set like a typewriter and set the letters and let the mats fall in line to make a mold, to make a line of type. And this is your line of type. It's called letterpress printing, which once you have the line of type, then the ink goes on top of it and the paper comes and presses. It's called letterpress printing. If I was setting a business card is 3.5 inches, so I have to allow a 1/4 inch on each side. I would set it at 18 picas, which is 3 inches. I would use capital letters here, lowercase letters here. As I would press, the mats would fall down. In between each word, I would put a space band to make sure that you would get a justified line. The space band is thin on one side, thicker on one other side. I'm going to have a device that's going to come and push it up, and it's going to push your letters across to justify the whole line. Once I transfer it into this, it goes into the mold. It allows for the device to say, okay, now you can cast the letter and throw lead into the mold to make a line of type. This is the hot metal. It's heated with gas furnace. Here's the lead that automatically feeds in to make sure that you keep hot lead in. After it's finished casting, the letters go back into the deal and gets into the frame, and it automatically distributes itself back into the chambers. The Linotype comes with 4 fonts of type, but in those days, 30, 40, 50 years ago, a font of type might have cost $1,000, which 40 years ago, $1,000 was a lot of money to put on a font of type. Today, we can buy a font of type for $150, $100, or even less than that to go on the computer. Once we got computers, one machine could take the place of about 4 or 5 Linotype. So that's why we ended up phasing out the Linotype. We had to move the Linotype from the old printing shop that we had downtown Opelousas to here. And in order to do that, these machines are really, really heavy and old. had to hire a wrecker, and the wrecker had to very, very carefully pick the machine up. And so if one little wrong move, and it would have dropped, and it would have broke a piece, and we would have been in trouble. Main Street was shut down, right on Main Street, right at the railroad track. Just to move the Linotype.